Hi, my name is Drew Jordan. The sign says LaDru, but there's a long family history that goes with that, and I won't explain it at this time, so just call me Drew. It's kind of tough to be following somebody who's a media professional. You know, they're slick, they're polished, they get a laugh out of the crowd when they stand up, and it relaxes everybody. I wish I had that aptitude. I find myself better at one-on-one than speaking in front of a crowd. In fact, one of the reasons I agreed to come up here, I was actually told to do it by my wife. Reggie kept calling me. He kept calling me and calling me, Drew, you got to be part of this, you got to be part of this. And I really was hesitant about doing that. But I could probably be a poster child of why an athlete needs to get an education while he's playing ball. Because I'm one of those guys, and I'm one of probably hundreds of thousands that have a story like this. I had a tragic accident at the end of my playing career in college. I never got the opportunity to go pro. If I hadn't taken advantage of my education, I wouldn't have been able to do what I've been able to do in my career. So I like to preach at young kids, and I coached high school football for 26 years. I like to preach at them. In fact, I was talking to the young lady. I preach at them, take all the accounting classes you can. Because accounting is a science of business, and if you understand accounting, and it doesn't matter if you get your major in accounting, just take as many accounting classes as possible. But if you know the science of business, then whatever your interest is, you can go ahead and pursue that. That can be a sporting goods store, it can be in insurance, it can be in investments, it can be in any field you want to, but as long as you understand the science of business, you're in control. You're the driver there. What I do and where the application is with you guys or your particular clients and customers is I work differently. I always have. Like I said previously, I'm not a crowd type of person. I'm more one-on-one. Call somebody like me. I'm one of those guys I have 9 guys that have gobs of money. I have a couple of guys that can write checks up to $100 million, not exaggerating. One guy he was a participating partner when, the Giants ballpark was built up in San Francisco, got some heavyweight bucks. Also work in venture capital. And I take these 9 guys because I understand them well. And when somebody comes to me and says, Drew, I've got a project that looks like this, I know what the boxes look like for each one of these guys, and I can fit the project in there. Or if it's close, we'll go ahead and sit down and see if they can kind of move the margins of their box so that we can do the project and finance it. That's what I do on that side. The other aspect of my business, which really includes a whole lot more people, is my insurance aspect. We write everything from automobile insurance all the way through workers' comp and health insurance. And I have a staff that deals with that. If somebody calls me up and says, Drew, I just bought a new car, I'll probably turn them over to one of the young ladies to get all the information. We'll just do a binding. But where it really applies here is with a particular insurance product that we have available that I think really has an application to young athletes. It's an insurance product where somebody can come in 20, 21, 22 years old, and depending on how much they're getting on their bonus or how much they're getting paid, they can either vest it all at once over 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years. We can structure it so that it starts paying out when they turn 40 years old, and it'll pay them the rest of their life. Their capital is guaranteed, their return is guaranteed, and during that period of time, their life insurance policy is in place, even after they retire. And there are many very attractive aspects of this particular product. In regards to being an athlete, where I think it's very attractive is, let's say the gentleman works 4 or 5 years, gets an injury, can't do it anymore, and he had established a 10-year contribution plan. He calls me up and says, Drew, I got hurt. I can't play anymore. I can't contribute anymore. You know, they cut me, my money's gone. We redo the numbers. The policy stays in effect. The pay plan stays in effect. All we do is readjust everything. Now, let's say he gets to age 35 and he calls me up again and he says, Drew, you know what? Life has been tough. I can't wait to get that paycheck when I'm 40 years old. I need money right now. We redo the numbers, we start paying the gentleman at that point in time. And it can be as early as when he's 30 years old. Of course, the payout's going to be less because it's been a shorter time for his money to work for him and build that long-term benefit. But that's the product that I have available for athletes.